breathing room.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Hurts. Flushed out right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Steps away to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one...
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills. Yep. And guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pick up there of 20 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Barkley will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And he's got room. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Now 2nd and 5. Pert sets up to throw it. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On the return, it's Rodgers. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. They go play action with Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's got another 1st down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Good, sir. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
They'll run for it with Barkley. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
if you know
on him.
Right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
60 Eagles. There you go. Mike, check 33.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium.